Hello, guys, and welcome back to another installment of Galley Stories, Stories of the Bering Sea and Beyond. I am your host, Mark Kaler, and today we have the deck boss of the fishing vessel Columbia, Gaspar Rehrig, with us today. Gaspar, how are you?
I'm doing fine, Mark. How are you doing?
Excellent, excellent. So let's just dive right into it. Where were you born?
I was born in Villarrica, in Paraguay, in South America. Paraguay is located between Brazil, Argentina, and Bolivia. It's a landlocked country with no ocean.
No ocean.
No.
So how'd you get to the ocean?
Oh, well, I was in the service. I was a
The Paraguay service?
Paraguayan Army. In the cavalry, I was a V1st Sergeant, instructor of motor Stoker Brown.
Of what? I'm sorry.
Motor Stoker Brown, 81 millimeter. And after 7 years, I wasn't making enough money. I just got married. So I decided to come to the state and work for 1 year or 2 years, make enough money, and go back home.
What was the money? So you say not enough money. What was the money you were making at home
Oh well,
versus what you were coming to make?
at the time, in that time, I was making 35,000 guaraníes, which is approximately, I believe so, is close to maybe $300-400 a month.
3, 4. Okay, and then you came over here because you were going to make how much over here?
Well, I understood that I can make $20,000 in a season. That's what I've been told. And I came. And so I got to Portland, Oregon. And after that, I came and searched for a boat in Seattle. And I found the company Golden Age Fishery. And I was hired there like a processor in 1985. So I started with a boat called Royal Prince. So I was a processor there. Then I went up to a lead man.
Well, wait. How much did you make on the Royal Prince?
Oh well, the first season, I believe so, was around 22,000 in 5 months.
So that's great. That's way better than a home.
Oh, that was way. I never saw so much money in one time in my pocket.
Yeah.
It was excellent. So I stayed 5 or 6 months straight in the boat that time. And after a while, I went up to be a lead man. Year went by, I was assistant foreman. So Golden Age Fishery have the Royal Prince, Browns Point, Rebecca Irene, Golden Fleece, Barbara Lee, and Linda Rose. So in the time they needed an assistant foreman for Rebecca Irene, and they asked me to move there, and I moved with the other boat. And there I started making more money, and it was great. 2 years later, they got the Linda Rose, they bought it, and they need a factory foreman, which they offered me that boat to be the factory foreman there, and I took it. And that was great, in that time, in late 80s, starting 90s, no, late 80s, I was making guaranteed $300 a day plus my cruiser.
And that was $300 a day versus $300 a month.
Yes.
Home.
I was doing a day, but I'm making a month back home. So it was great. And
how was it going home with that big wad in your pocket?
Well, I feel like I was, I don't know, the king. And I afford to go out and take my wife to a restaurant and everything. It was great. And so I decided to stay 1 more year. So it's going to be 2 years fishing, and go back home and continue our life down there. But it's been already 33 years. I'm still here. And always people ask me, when are you going to retire? And my answer is since 1987, next year. But now I believe so that it's in my blood already, and it's very hard to live. At the time when I'm at home, month and a half, 2 months, I dream to be back in the boat. Yeah. I have to be back in the boat. I don't know why, but I have to be back. And for me, it's a thrill. It's a pleasure being in the boat.
Well, now, so you were on the processors for a while.
Yes.
How'd that transition go? Where did you get off the boat, the processor, and start?
In 1991, it was 1991 in February, I remember good because it was my birthday, February 2nd. I moved to the fishing vessel Caravel in Kodiak.
Now, what was she?
It was a catcher boat.
How big?
It was almost 89 footers. Small boat comparing from the boats I used to be on it.
Same company or?
No, it was a private company. The owner was from the Westman's family from Blaine, Washington. And I did that first 3 months.
How did you get the job though? What?
Fishing, you talk with other fishermen, and that's how I find out.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked to the skipper at the time, which was Brian Beaver. And right away he said to me, come with me. And I went. And I did that season, I believe so. I did almost $40,000. That was something else.
Little taste of the.
Oh, yeah.
Little hit of the magic.
And now I got a little bit more greedy, so I stay fishing like approximately 10 months, 11 months a year. I barely go home a month a year.
That's hard on your wife.
On everybody, for my kids and everything. But
Well, you only got 1 month to make kids.
yes, but I still have a few. I still have 7 kids. And later, time went by. I started fishing with the Peggy Joe. We moved to the Peggy Joe, a little bit bigger boat.
Who was skipper in the Peggy Joe?
In the time, Brian Beaver moved to the Peggy Joe, and we went together to that boat, and I was his mate. And we did very good. We was averaging in the time maybe $80,000 to $100,000 a year, which was a lot of money. So I stayed there. Finally, when Trident got to Kodiak, I found out about the fleet of Trident. And I got to talk with one of the vessel manager, and he offered me to come in with the Exodo Explorer.
Which one?
Exodo Explorer.
Exodo?
Yeah. So we did 5 trips in it. We did not make no money in it. But I say, oh, well, it will change. So in that time, I met Jack Mullen, and he talked to me. We talked in Dutch Harbor, and he offered me to come in the Columbia.
That's Jack Mullen, episode 1 on this series, captain of the Columbia.
Yes.
Yep.
So I moved with him. I came to the Columbia, and that is 11 years ago.
Okay.
And I'm still there. Right now, I'm the deck boss. Once in a while, I'm a relief skipper. And when they need it, and when they need it, I'm the mate. So, but I've been offered to be the relief skipper. I do not want it. I just like to be the deck boss because I like the action. I like to be on deck. I like the waves. I like the net. I like all those things from the deck. And I enjoy what I do.
Yeah.
And I'm good with it too.
Well, you're always smiling.
Oh, you have to. You have to smile.
You're always smiling.
And I really like it, and I enjoy what I do on the deck. So and I keep everybody smiling. I like to do a lot of jokes, and that's what I do.
So now you're up there 30, how many years? 31?
Almost 33.
33 years now.
33 years.
Do you remember the first time you were scared?
Oh, well, the first couple trips, I didn't know what to expect, And it was kind of bit uncomfortable for me, the big waves and all that, but it wasn't that bad. One day, the first time I got a little bit scared is we left Blaine, Washington with a caravel. We came in close to the Pato Island before we got into Canadian water. And I was in bed sleeping. The skipper was sleeping. And another crew was whale watching. And he came and he woke me up. He said to me, "Sir, we have a lot of smoke in the engine room." And first I said, well, we rebuilt the whole engine, so it's burning the oil or whatever, it's just that. But I get up and I went, and when I walk in that engine room, I see flame.
Oh.
And so I woke up the skipper, I say, "Hey, we have a situation." And I went down there with with our fire extinguisher. In those times, we never had nothing else than fire extinguisher. No fire equipment, nothing. So I used 7 of them that we had it, and the fire kept growing. And next thing I realized that our side glass was open and it's shooting fuel in the fire. So I have to get to the side glasses. I got to it, shut it off that, and by that time I see the flame already going to the ceiling and it coming down again. So it was kind of a bit scary. And nothing we can do no more. So we tried to close all the vents, everything, the doors, everything, and went out on deck and wait to see what happened. And we burned almost the whole engine room was burned. And the time came in, the fishing vessel Rosella came in close to us just in case something worse, And after that, we got scored all the way back to Blaine. We spent there a month to rewire the whole boat. And I think so that time I got scared a little bit. I didn't know what to expect, if one of the tanks is going to explode or I didn't know.
That scared a little bit? Have you ever been scared a lot?
I always...
Because that already scares me.
Oh, yeah.
Fire on a boat is no joke.
I get scared more when I see my mother-in-law coming in my house. Oh, yeah. It had been a few close calls. I had a close call with Peggy Joe that we was doing a holdback and we almost rolled the boat. And another time we have on the Caravel where our whole deck was going underwater. It's not coming back up, which I went over the cut-in and cut the cut-in, so release all the fish so we can float again. So
was it just too big of a load?
It was a big load, and we have fish on the deck, and we have a big cut-in trying to dump it. And so I think so was a little bit involved greedy in that, and that's what it caused all those problems. In the old time, there wasn't too many regulations, so a lot of things like that, it happened. But...
So starting to fish from 85 to now, you've seen a lot of things change.
Oh, yeah. These last 11 years since I've been in Trident is what I see since I moved in this company, is a company who really, really push safety.
They do, yeah.
And I never used before a hard hat. I never used before a life jacket, which is mandatory in this boat. Big boat, and they only allowed you to bring like a 30-ton on deck, which little boats, we used to bring 50 to 70 ton.
Yeah.
It's a lot of different.
I think a lot of those other boats, though, have changed too now. I think everybody's going more towards safety,
I see in those little boats right now, they are pushing too,
Well, you don't want to lose guys. It costs more to lose someone than it does to...
Oh, yeah. And that's what I always say, always when it's an accident like that of a guy overboard and things like that, or boat going down, 90% is a human error. It's not just like people think so it's an accident. No, it's not an accident. It's a human error. And I remember when the Big Valley went down.
I remember that, yeah.
All my friends was there. I knew the skipper. All my friends. In the time I live in Kodiak Island. My friend Luna, Sheiko from Uruguay. Only one survivor, and the guy who was whale watching was Sheiko from Uruguay. And I was talking to him in the radio. I was leaving Falspass, and he was telling me he was by himself whale watching for the first time. In that boat, I remember that they built a little shed on top of the wheelhouse for a camera crew. And the camera crew did not show up because weather. So what they did is they put all their bait there on top of the wheelhouse, which is a couple 1,000 pounds, which took all the stability. And plus they have a extra...
they were filming The Deadliest Catch then.
Yes, yeah. They were supposed to.
Yeah, that boat, was it on there? Oh, I don't remember.
They were supposed to be doing that time, and they didn't. And I think so they went out, that crew went out with another boat, which was the Lucky Lady, smaller again, which it was owned by the owner of the Marcy J, Marcy and Harold Jones.
Yep.
and they did a film with that boat. But so as they went out, they have too many pots on it, and we believe that what happened is they had a slack tank, and the guy who was no experience didn't realize that it was a slack tank. You know, you can feel it, but if you're new, you don't know what you're feeling, and maybe a wave just got him from the side and rolled him like. Never was a mayday call, nothing.
Nothing.
The only one who survived was the guy from Kodiak, Cass. Cass, he was in bed, he was sleeping, and he said when he woke up, the boat was already sideways, no light, no nothing. He came out, and the only thing he knew is or he heard is the screaming of everybody. And as he popped out from the water, the boat started going down, and he just floated. He floated right on where it was the life raft. So he got a hold of the life raft. He said, and a couple minutes later, everything was silence. Everybody was dead.
The boat was already gone. Yeah.
The boat gone, and the people dead. They found 2 floating people, and my friend Carlito Shaco, he couldn't close his survival suit all the way, so the water went in and it killed him. So yeah, that was a very sad situation. And after that, we have a few more, that they happen like that too. We have the last year, or this January, I think so was one crab or two went down like that.
Last January.
Last January, yeah. Last January was that.
Yeah, destination.
2017,
yeah.
Yeah, they didn't pass they didn't do their stability test. They have too many pot over. They put a bow. They have that. They call. They did a couple stuff on the boat, and they failed to have the stability test. So they were steaming to the island, and as they turned,
that was on St. George.
St. George
But
Island.
they had to have a stability test. No boat leaves without a stability test.
I was reading about that. In matter of fact, 2 days ago, I was reading a magazine on it. They say that they did not have it. They left without.
Huh.
It was it really surprised me too.
Yeah,
Surprised
I've
me.
never heard of a boat,
Yeah.
at least in recent times.
Yeah, it's in
Not
the magazine.
having
I saw in one of the magazine in LFS. I went got my boots and I was reading there. So a strange situation.
Have you ever been on a boat with Mayday call?
Oh well, the time when we had a fire, and I've been assisting boat who was in Mayday in several location,
Okay.
and which was not a very good situation. It's worse when you're trying to assist because you see the people, and you don't know if you're going to get them or not. Your heart start pumping
Yeah.
fast. So situation like that is something I never like it too much.
Well, you wouldn't.
It's a situation that you don't want to be in it.
No, but the Mariner's code is you got to go.
You
right?
have to go. You have to go well because you don't know tomorrow could be you.
Yeah.
So that's one thing we don't. No matter what we are doing, we stop what we're doing and we just steam straight there. And
Even if it's a lost cause, you go.
you have to go.
You have to go.
You never know. Maybe it's a lost cause, but maybe you can find a survivor. It's still alive.
Some people say, well, you're 100 miles away, right?
Yeah.
Why would you go? Well, you have to go. You have to go.
Oh well, how can you sleep with your conscience later? Maybe you could save somebody, and you didn't, and now everybody's dead, and you say, oh, you're always going to ask yourself, what will happen if I went?
Right.
Maybe I could have helped them.
I think at the very least, you want to recover.
Yes.
Having someone lost at sea is one thing, but to recover them is...
Yeah. We did. It was one of the glacier boat when they caught on fire a few years ago. I think so. It was like 90 people aboard. We was 30 miles away, and we was fishing. We put our gear up and steam. We went back there and we gave them all our pumps, our firefighting equipment, and at least we assisted that way. Was firefighting equipment, and everybody was rescued. And those are a very good feeling after that.
Well, you guys carry, your boat is, how big is the Columbia?
It's over 100, 123.
123. Marco.
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 Yes.
Very well built boat.
It's one of the best Marco you want to see on sea right now.
Doug Dixon can testify to that. But so,
Yes.
how much safety equipment's on that boat? You got an emergency pump. You got.
We have everything you can name it. We have, and not only that, it's always the top line. And every single crew are they go to firefighting training, medical training. We have all the training we need or we want it, and even if we think we are not going to need it, if we request, they give us. So training and all the stuff, was Trident is very, very nice that way that they give us the opportunity to have the best of the best on sea, and that's what I really, really like this company and this boat. It's unbelievable the amount of safety deal that we go through, and we have drills every month, and that is the key is safe is the key. Safety is the key. If you don't push your safety deal, you're not going to make it.
I don't think. I don't think there's a cost you can put on safety.
No, it's no money in the world, because you can buy equipment, but you cannot buy life.
As a buyer, because that's what I do. Is I support your vessel, right? I
Yes,
buy
sir.
for your boat. That's one of the areas where there's no. Oh, we can't spend that much. We can't. It's non-negotiable for safety.
Oh, well, just an example, we all have our hard hat. Everybody like it. We request a different hard hat, which is very spendy. I request. And in less than a week, we got it. I request a shield.
Because I bought it.
Yeah. I request a shield for the face, for safety deal, just in case something break, and to cover our eyes and things like that. I got it, with no question about it. Those are the things, make us very happy and make us feel more safe, because we're not going to ask for something we don't think so is.
Do you guys have the individual EPIRBs now?
Each one we have.
So explain that to us. What happens if you go overboard?
Well, you have the light, the struck light, and you automatically, it's going to be alarm in the wheelhouse and it mark the position where you are. So
the moment you go in the water.
As you hit the water. So the skipper will turn around the boat and just straight go where you are. It's not they have to look around for you. It's going to show you and
show up on his map and plotter.
Yes, and the plotter where you are. As you're drifting, it shows how fast you're drifting and which way you are going.
So that's saying how much our industry has changed. Those safety measures and
yes, it's in what it used to be in the late 80s and 90s. Holy cow, yeah.
Cowboy.
Before it was like a smoke signal,
Well, that might be why we lost so many.
Yeah. In the good thing too, it's like with Trident, we have that policy of zero drug and alcohol. In those things, I think so. It's really, really helped the safety deal.
I'm going to point out that he's having a beer while he's talking to me right now.
Okay.
So we're sitting on the back of the gale, having a beer.
Yes.
And so the zero policy doesn't apply here, but it does on the boats, of course.
Yeah.
And I think most fleets are that way now. Most fleets are not.
Yeah, I think so. At least 80%. Always is like I say, it's always someplace a black sheep.
Oh yeah.
So
those are the ones you got to go pick up though in the middle of the night.
There you said.
So 33 years fishing. How about some good times? You've had some good times.
Oh
right?
well, I have a good time since I wake up until I go to bed. Every day I have something. I'm the guy who like to make everybody laugh. Even if I'm very sad, I make jokes. And I don't care who, Even I pick on the Coast Guard once in a while. And I remember a case, I'm going to bring it up, this one. I hope the Coast Guard doesn't go after me later, but...
Well, how long has it been before you tell the story?
It was in the 90s, late 90s. I was crossing, we just crossed the False Pass. In the time we did not have an AIS, so they called the position. So I came back, this is I'm not going to say the name of the boat, but I'm going to say, this is the boat, back to Kohler. And they came back and they say, this is the U.S. Coast Guard, and this and that, and we have a few questions for you. So I told him, well, be my guest. And he said, sir, he said, how many men aboard? And I told him, I say, just me and 4 American. so, so they bored me right away. So
how many men aboard? Just me and 4 Americans.
Yes. And after that, they bored me right away, and they came into the wheelhouse, and they said to me, sir, are you the master? I say, no, I'm Gaspar. And he asked me again. He says, sir, are you the master in this vessel? I said, sir, I say, I'm Gaspar in this vessel. I'm Gaspar in my house. Wherever I go, I'm Gaspar. So he looked at me and he said to me, can I see your green card? And I told him, I don't have a green card. And he asked me, he said, do you know that to work in this country you need a green card? I say, no. And he said to me, sir, if you don't have a green card, you cannot work in this country. And I told him, shit me not. I say, I have a great blazer and a red pickup truck. I say, why in the hell do I need a green card too? So he asked me, you have any ID? I said, sure. So I passed my passport. And he looked at it, and my passport is a U.S. passport. So to get your license, skipper license, you have to be a U.S. citizen. And so I I told him, I said, well, you did not ask me.
If I was a U.S. citizen.
Yeah, he never asked me. I thought he wanted me to buy a green card. I thought he was a car seller or something, you know. So when I figured out what was going on, I asked him, I say, sir, I say, I'm very ignorant about my EPR. How do I know if it's good or not? So now he have to go up and check
Your
it.
EPR.
Yeah. So he went up and checked, and he came down. He said, well, sir, your EPR is fine. It's only 3 months old, and it's good for another 2 years or whatever he said. I know. I just put it on, you know. I just fucking with him now, you know. And, this guy was ready to shoot me. The way he walked, he looked like a Billy the Kid, you know. He should hate me. And another time, they bored me again, and so as they bored me, was a whole bunch, and I noticed when I see all the seasick patch on their ears, I know they're brand new kids, first timers. And so I asked him if I can take some picture with them. And they told me, I say, yeah. So we started taking pictures, and after that I said to one of the kids, I say, I want to be in the picture with you guys too. And I went there and I took the picture, and okay. Later I took my hard hat full of scale, and I told the guy, one of the young fellow, I said to him, you know what? You are a good friend. So this is my present for you. In a dirty hard hat, you know. And he just grabbed it. He be polite. He grabbed it and thank you, sir. He said, and I said to him, well, the custom in my country, now I give you my hard hat. Now you have to give me your hard hat. That is my custom. And he said to me, sir, I cannot give you. It's part of my uniform. I said to him, you don't like me? No, I like you. I like you. No, you don't like me because I'm fat, right? And the kid didn't know what to do, you know, because he cannot give me his hard hat.
Right.
And I'm serious, you know, telling him things like that. And things like that, you know, I enjoy doing it.
Wait, I want to hear about the photo session.
Oh!
for your, you have a magazine back in Paraguay.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, you said you had a magazine.
I don't have nothing, you know, I just say I had it. Well, we was in Bristol Bay.
Bristol Bay tendering, right?
Tendering salmon. And I saw this young fellow just jump in the boat, and I saw he have a lot of tattoo on his arm.
A lot of tattoos.
So I asked him, I said, do you have all over your body tattoo? Yeah, he said to me, oh my God. I say, you are the excellent, you qualify for my magazine. And he just looked at me, what magazine? He said, I have a magazine. I say, would you mind to post for me? So I brought him in the wheelhouse, and I have this old camera that doesn't even work no more. So I start shooting picture of him, different position. Finally,
But
I asked him.
the camera doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work. It was an old one. And I told him, I said, well, now take your shirt off. I need to see all those tattoos. And he took, and I said, can you flex a little bit? He flexed and in different position and all this and that and that. And as we were taking picture, he asked me the name of my magazine. And I told him, well, it's the magazine El Pendejo. So El Pendejo.
Which means
I don't want to say in English, but that doesn't sound good. So El Pendejo, and he got a couple more shots, and I told him it's a gay magazine, but you're gonna make the cover, okay? You should see his face, how it deflated that guy, poor guy, just. Oh,
and there was no film in the camera.
It was no film. No, I didn't have it. Same thing when I came in and this boat, our boat here, the one who was the show for crabbing, Trident boat. It was they was doing I think so. They was in that. Yeah, it was in Dutch Harbor. We came in and pick it up. Willie Manchester.
Oh yeah. Willie's been on here before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's recorded. Yep.
Oh, so I have to pick him up. We went in, tied with him, and pick him up, and it was a good friend of mine, Tyson, his last name. And the other fellow, I don't remember his name. So they was there. So I have my same camera again, which doesn't work. So I told him, I say, sir, would you mind if I start taking a couple pictures from you? Oh, yeah, no problem. I say, what a thrill. I say, you make my day. So it was a crab pot on deck. I told him, I say, man, can you push that pot,
Is this Willie or?
No, it was Tyson and the other fellow. He got fired, after that. Not because of my case, different case. And so he started pushing that pot, and I told him, well, can you push uphill too? And that guy just started, I can hear, him pushing, and I'm filming him and everything like that. And Tyson was still in bed. So I asked him, I say, how many more guys in the boat? I say, just Tyson. I say, can you call him? I say, I need you guys sign me I need your autograph, And I say, that will be the best thing ever happened to me in my life, if you guys can give me that. And they signed, they wake up the other guy come and sign and everything like that. And as I cross the boat, I drop it on purpose in the water. Oh my God, I lost it all, I lost it all. Things like that, I just love to do it.
You're a dick. I'm sure Willie's gonna. If Willie's not gonna hear this, I know his mother is.
Oh,
she listens to every episode.
Oh, good. Willie didn't push it. He was. We just got him to go fishing.
Again, you're filming, but you're not filming. You have no.
No, I don't have that. Like I said, it doesn't work. It didn't work.
You guys remember this in the future. If Gaspar ever tries to film you, he has no camera. He has no film in the camera.
Oh well, for Willie's mom, this one is special too. I remember Willie when he came the first time in Columbia. I had him. You should ask him that. I have him for 3 days reading all the safety deal, the book, survival, everything. And I told him in 3 days I'm going to take him a test. And if he doesn't pass, he's going back home. And Willie just started reading and reading and reading. The 3 days he was ready. I took him to the wheelhouse and I asked him, I said, Willie, are you ready? So I took this big, long, mid-water needle. It's long like 3 foot almost.
Now the needle is what you use to repair nets.
Yes.
So let's put it in context. It's almost like a little sword without a handle on it.
Exactly.
It's a pointy.
Yes.
3 foot long.
Yes.
All right.
And so I have that in my hand. So I told him, okay, well, kneel. I say one knee in the ground and another one up. Put your 2 hands on top of your
left leg.
I say, put your head down. So I grab the needle and I kind of hit him in the head slowly. I say, by the power invested on me by Trident Seafood, I name you today half deckhand. I said, raise, kid. And he raised. Turn around a little bit. He turned around and I whack him the hardest I could. I say, you are a deckhand now. He was happy and shit.
This happened?
Yeah, that was and he was so happy. And everybody would try to keep serious this, And later Willie find out because he went and told somebody that he got knighted already. And he used to have a green, I gave him when he came in a green helmet because he's a greenhorn. I switched his green helmet to a white one because he is a deckhand now. When he find out that, he came and asked me, Gaspar, do not show this film to nobody, okay?
Willie, you found out, brother. You found out. Wow, that's a good story.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good story.
There's a lot of those, just...
So, obviously, fishing's been really good to you. I mean, back when you were a kid, you were making $300 a month.
Yes.
Right? And would you change anything?
Oh, well, no. At this time of my age, I starting to... I'm going to open a company, a tea, yerba mate company.
Give yourself a plug. Go ahead. Say what it is.
No, it's a tea that in South America we all use it, yerba mate. Argentina, Paraguay, Uruguay, Brazil, and Chile. Everybody use that tea. And so I'm doing that, trying to open a new company.
That's your retirement plan.
Yes, it's gonna go. The name is gonna be Yerba Mate La Misionera, and I have 3 ranch back home now, and I have one of the ranch is all eucalyptus. I have 11 alligators. I have maybe 14 giant turtles, ostriches, chicken, pork, sheep, goat,
I see every time you go home,
cattle.
there's a big party.
Yes.
Like a massive party.
Yes. When I get home, the first thing I do is I kill a young bull, and all my neighbors come in and barbecue. I do before I leave and before
And when you come home.
when I come home, and the thing is,
Because on Facebook, it looks like your whole life's a party.
yes, it does. We do a lot of party. I do a lot of that for the people because there are people who doesn't have the opportunity of sitting and having a good barbecue with friends, because the money situation. And for me, thanks God, I make enough and more than enough. Sometimes, like I say, I make more than what I need. So I built a firefighter department in my hometown, and I work with
You
school.
built it?
Yes, I bought equipment from Portland, Oregon, for the fire department from Portland. It cost me for $7,000. They gave me a whole bunch of equipment used. It cost me close to $7,000 a container to send from here to Paraguay. They went through to Panama Canal to Brazil to Argentina, and from Argentina they put in another boat to bring to Paraguay through the river. And it took me a month and a half to get there. And now we have a very beautiful firefighter department. I work with the schools a lot, third world country schools, doesn't have computers and things like that. So every trip I go home, I usually take 3 or 4 laptops, and I donate to schools. Things that I never had it. I really enjoy seeing the kids, how good they get with the computer now back home,
So not only is fishing been good to you, but it's paying off in your community at home.
Absolutely. I always say the way I think is God gave me this opportunity. It could have gave to somebody else, but it gave it to me. And the way to pay him back is take care of the others, people who they don't have the same opportunity that I had. So
But
that is why
don't they have the same opportunity?
it's very hard down there. It's very hard. It's it's like for me too. It was not easy. Over 30 years being away from my family, far away from my country. We miss it. I miss it a lot. The country. I miss a lot the people. I miss my family. And those are the things. It's like right now, good example. Right now that everybody's at home, I'm in the boat. I still cannot go home until I finish the things I have to finish it. And we've been here since last Sunday, and I don't know when I'm gonna be leaving.
Well, you say here since last Sunday, but you were out at sea for
Almost 5 months.
Yeah, 5 months before that.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not like you're just trying to run off.
No. And I just want to stay here and make sure that all my net is in good condition for January. And after that, I go home. And if I had my family here, I should be home right now. But
you got a shipyard, so
I have to stay in the shipyard. Yeah.
Yep.
It's I had opportunity, a chance if I wanted to go, but it's my job to make sure that my net is in top condition for January, and I want to make sure that it is in good shape.
That makes the money.
That is my money.
So you're gonna retire next year?
Oh, well, that's what I've been saying
since '87.
Since 1987, I've been saying that. Next year, everybody asks me, say, when are you retiring? Next year, one more year.
I'm sure that some of the young kids in Paraguay are asking you, how can I get out there? How can I?
Yes. Oh,
can they?
Every day I hear the same things.
Is there an opportunity for them? I mean,
oh, well,
how do they go about it?
it's very hard for getting visa because Paraguay, I think so, they have only 260 visa a year. And those are being used by politicians, politician people with their kids and all this, and they sell it, like I remember in the 80s when we had a very big immigration of Japanese and Korean in South America. What they was doing it is they was selling it, the 250 or 60 visa, to them so they come in, they get to Paraguayan citizenship, and they use that visa to come to the United States, and they pay a lot of money for it. And so it's very hard, especially to get a visa, working visa. It's very hard.
You think that'd be easier?
No. First, to make it easier, you have to be a professional. Number one. Second, you have to have access that going to make you go back home, like a nice house and things like that. And most of the young fellows, they don't have it.
Yeah.
It's hard for them, especially if they're in college. They already owe a lot of money. They're in debt. It's hard for them to get. So most of them, they go to Argentina. Now Argentina is so bad that their money is not even worth it for. Not even all the Argentina people are coming in Paraguay now to work because our money is
more solid.
More solid than them. Better than Brazil. Better than the Argentina. So yeah, it's not very easy to get a working visa. And if you're gonna come illegally here from Paraguay, you have to be crazy.
Well, we don't support illegal immigration.
Neither do I.
We're about out of time here, but anything you need to say or want to say?
Oh, well, I'm just very thankful for all the opportunity I had it here, and thank you for letting me be in your show. And thanks, Trident, for all the good time I'm having on sea, thanks to them, and sending me in all those young
Thanks
kids.
For the 3 farms.
Thank you for the 3 farms and 7 kids.
I think you did the 7-kid part.
Oh, well, it wasn't me. It's how the women are. They always seduce me.
Wait, is it more than one wife with 7 kids?
Oh, yeah, it was my wife. I only have 2. Was my wife 2, and after that was all they seduced me because my English wasn't very good.
What the hell?
I'm telling you, women are the devil. Not all of them. My wife is gorgeous.
Oh, my Lord. I know I've seen pictures.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We're going to encourage you before we leave to eat wild Alaska seafood.
Absolutely. And especially Trident, the way we...
No, it's not a Trident show. It's a... Eat wild Alaska seafood. But you're right.
I'm telling you about where I am working on it, how we take care of our fish. We have over 40 hours from first fish we catch. Our fish is being processed in town, and the quality is just unbelievable. Yeah. It's beautiful, clean. It's I eat a lot. I'm thinking right now, and I'm bringing from Alaska and taking to Paraguay. It cost me $200 each box to send to South America, and I'm taking 2 boxes because I know the quality and I know how good they are, and not like you. Sometimes you go to the store and you don't know if it's a farm salmon or whatever. You know how old they are, and the one we have it, I know what kind it is. So
you know where it was caught, how it was treated.
Exactly.
And you're right. Try to not to knock any of the company because I'm sure everybody's
trying their best.
I'm sure everybody has high standards, but Trident is especially source to plate, track it all. They know where it was caught, how it was treated, what the temperature was.
We have a little thing in our tank which record
Every
the
temperature. Yep.
the time the fish went down, and if the water went a little bit hot or whatever, they have the whole thing. And the Japanese are picky, very very picky, and so yeah, we keep our fish in top of the knot.
Well, we just want to encourage everyone to eat wild caught fish, whether that be Alaska wild caught fish or if it's another species somewhere else. Make sure it's wild, not farmed.
No, farm is very bad.
Yeah.
If you just know it, what they feed and how they grow and all that. And
Just
the
Google
disease,
it. You'll find out. It's
Yes.
nasty as hell. Tilapia.
Abs-
Never eat tilapia.
Tilapia is my favorite. I wonder how my favorite to feed my mother-in-law and my father-in-law.
All right, guys. This has been another installment of Galley Stories, Stories of the Bering Sea and Beyond. Follow us on Facebook. We're almost giving up on Twitter at this point, but anything else you want to end with, Gaspar?
No, I just want to thank you for the opportunity here to talk to your beautiful people that's listening to you. I know you have more than 80,000 people listening, and encourage them to start eating more fish.
Well,
That's
everybody's
very
eating
important.
fish, right? I mean,
Yes, we have to.
All right, guys. We will see you next time.